Hey, what's up everybody? Jake here, and welcome to the hobby. How are you guys doing this fine day? Today we are going to be ranking every single set from the Sword and Shield era. And now I'm very proud of myself for this, but I could not find a good ranking tier list for all of the Sword and Shield era. There just wasn't one. I saw a couple of other creators made a couple of these, but they weren't very good. So I ended up making my own. I made my own tier list, and I'm very proud of myself that I spent 30 minutes on this. And I actually have it looking really sleek. We got all the booster packs here from the whole entire Sword and Shield era. I got every single set, even up to Crown Zenith, and they look really nice. I'm really proud of myself for this. This looks great. So you guys can actually make your own tier list as well, but you can use my own. It looks great. It looks really, really good. I got myself some coffee. We're gonna get into this pretty soon, but I've been looking at prices for the first edition base set Charizard. You know, we're going classic here. Everyone knows the prices on vintage Pokemon cards have been really dipping. Prices on vintage Pokemon cards have dipped quite a bit. And I am shocked right now at the prices for how cheap first edition base set Charizard is going for. $3,400. $3,400 for a first edition base set Charizard. Right here, look at that. Multiple copies. Of course, these are like PSA 3s, but that's still a first edition base set Charizard, and it's not going for a lot. That's not a lot. You can pretty much trade yourself one of the modern grails for one of these vintage cards. You can trade yourself the Latias and Latios Tag Team GX card, or the Lily full art cards. Those are pretty much going for the same price as a first edition base set Charizard. Isn't that insane? Yeah, these are sold. No, these are sold. These are sold listings. It says sold right here. Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. Of course, like I said, these are like PSA 3s and PSA 4s. So, but even then, when you go up to like a PSA 9 first edition base set Charizard, you could probably find one for $10,000. You know, back in the Logan Paul days, a PSA 10 one was going for $300,000, and I'm not sure you can get even close to $300,000 for a first edition base set PSA 10 Charizard anymore. I don't know how much it would go for right now. It won't go there. So it'll be interesting. I don't think any collector who has a PSA 10 first edition base set Charizard would try to sell one right now. I think it would go for maybe half. If one went on auction, it would probably go for like 150 grand, which is not much, right? If you have one, you're just gonna wait for the next bubble or the next excitement when it comes to vintage Pokemon cards. And if you have one of those cards, you can wait 10, 15 years. You can wait 10, 15 years, because if you have the money to buy a $150,000 Pokemon card, you probably can wait. The economy was fake back in the day? Yeah. When is the economy not fake? Alright, so we're gonna start off with Sword and Shield base set. What a set. What a set. Was this set exciting? I didn't love it. Really rough set. You know, some people talked to me and said, hey, you know, I love your tier list video for the Sun and Moon era, but you really talked about the top cards. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. When it comes to Pokemon cards, people really care about the most important ones, the top ones, the chase ones. When you think of Lost Origin, you don't think about the random EX cards near the bottom. You think about the Giratina V Alt Art. That's the mascot of the set. So the big chase card in a set is just really important for where it stands long term. And so when I'm looking at a set like this, the top card being the Marnie full art, and it's not even good looking. I think this one's pretty poorly designed. It's not even good. Most base sets are not great. Most base sets in general are not great. If you guys are cool with it, and I know Sword and Shield base is already going up in value, it's already out of print, people are collecting it. In terms of pack opening, it's just not a super fun set to open. I'm fine with just putting it D tier for now. We'll move on from there. What's the criteria we are going by for the ranks? You know, for Sun and Moon, it was pretty much just collectability, but for Sword and Shield, you could still open a lot of these sets. So I am going based on, you know, the pack opening experience, how much fun it is to open up these sets, the collectible value of these long term, and also if there's any recent reprints or restocks, the supply of the set on the secondary market. So something like a tier list is really fluid. It's not going to be perfect, and it's going to change from time to time. In 10 years, this might be completely different. Hey, small fish, what are the reprinting practices of the Pokemon Company? They do not disclose that. You do not have any additional info on that. We don't even have insights on that. A lot of times there are sets that I think totally deserves a reprint that do not get reprinted, and there are sets that I think are comfortable on the secondary market and they reprinted them. So I'll give you an example. Ultra Prism was notorious for having a low print run, and back in the day, it was one of the most expensive Sun and Moon era set. And then a month before it rotates out of standard, suddenly every single local game store started getting sealed products of Ultra Prism, and booster boxes started to tank in value because the Pokemon Company just decided to restock additional products. I don't know if they had products in warehouses. I don't know if they did a small exclusive reprint, but that tanked the prices of Ultra Prism. But even today, Ultra Prism is still one of the more rare sets that you can actually have inside of your collection. So pretty much Sword and Shield base set, nothing crazy. There's not a lot of chase cards in here. This was the very first set with the VMAX cards. We have ourselves some pretty interesting one. I love the design for some of these ones, like the Snorlax VMAX is great. I don't think Marnie is a strong chase card. I think we're fine with it being D tier for now. And we're gonna move on to Rebel Clash. And Rebel Clash, not significantly better. It's better than Sword and Shield base. Hey Tina, welcome back. So I don't think Rebel Clash is better than Sword and Shield base. It is better, but not by a long shot. It's got Sonya as the top chase card, which once again is just okay. I don't think there's a ton of in this set that's really gonna wow you. Yeah. Where is Rebel Clash? I think we're fine with it being in D tier. It's gonna be interesting to see if any of these cards or any of these sets go into F tier. I don't think there's any F tiers for Sword and Shield era. We may see. But in general, it's been good. The Pokemon Company has really learned their lessons when it comes to what can be inside of a set. They've done a good job of making sure that there's nothing terrible. The thing is, I say Sword and Shield is D tier, but when you were talking about when it was released, it was probably fine. It was probably like closer to C or B. People probably thought it was an absolutely fine set. And of course, our perspective on it has completely changed. Completely changed. People are saying Rebel Clash should be F. We'll see, we'll see. I think I'm pretty good with it being D for now. We're gonna move on to Darkness Ablaze. Darkness Ablaze was where things started to get really hype. Oh, yikes. Oh, yikes. Is Darkness Ablaze F tier or what? Oh, that is rough. The big chase card inside of this set is just a regular Charizard VMAX. That is rough. I remember when this card was $100. When this set came out, everyone was excited because, of course, it's a Charizard mascot set. Jason asked, do I believe if rainbow cards will become popular again? You know, it's rough. The rainbow cards are really rough because they're rare, but rarity is not that important. You really have to have people excited about a card. Rarity can only get you so far. I think, am I gonna put Darkness Ablaze F tier? This is so rough. There's just nothing here that you would really want to collect. And if you open up a Darkness Ablaze booster box, you're gonna have to pull yourself 4 Charizard VMAX to even maybe get back your value. And you don't even want 4 Charizard VMAX. There's just nothing in this set that's exciting. Oh. I'm gonna give Darkness Ablaze F tier. It is rough. It is rough. There's nothing in here you guys want. We were just talking about this, that I'm not sure if there's any F tiers inside of Sword and Shield era, but here we have it. I thought this card was going for a little bit more, but yeah, all right, I'm agreeing with you guys. We'll put it F, and we're moving on. Oh man, we do not want to skip Champion's Path. Do we have another F tier? Okay, Champion's Path is not that bad, but it's pretty bad. Champion's Path is pretty bad. I've opened up a ton of this product. This is peak Pokemon hype here, really close to that. Right around Vivid Voltage to Champion's Path is when Logan Paul did his video. This is when every single streamer, every single Twitch streamer started opening up booster packs because everyone decided they're a fan of Pokemon cards again. And Champion's Path was the first really big hype set for the Sword and Shield era. This was when Pokemon hype was really starting to go up. Why are you saying it's a bad set? What defines a bad set to me? It's just really rough. Why would you want to collect Darkness Ablaze, you know? There's just nothing in it. Would you want a sealed product of it? If you have a sealed booster box of Darkness Ablaze, which I do have, it's great as a sealed product, but as far as long term, is there anything inside of this set that excites me? And personally, no. And of course, your opinion can be different. That's why we have tier lists. You're gonna have different opinions on this, but I think it's fine for F for now. Just looking at how rough it is, that is a really rough set. All right, Champion's Path, I don't think is as bad as Darkness Ablaze, but it is really bad. You're not gonna have a lot of fun opening up this set unless you pull something crazy. Even if you pull a lot of rainbow rares, you're not gonna get much. Yeah, Champion's Path had a bunch of recycled artwork. They use a lot of cards again for it, and it was a really tiny set. Wasn't a lot of fun. We opened up hundreds of booster packs of this, and if you break enough Champion's Path products, you actually break even. So it's not bad in terms of a value perspective, but it is rough. You're not gonna have a lot of enjoyment opening up this set. You guys cool with D? We're seeing a lot of Ds. It's not F, but it's not amazing. All right, I'm gonna put it in D, and we're gonna move on. Unless someone wants to argue for Champion's Path. If someone has a strong point, let me know. You know, I read the comments, I see what you guys are saying. You know, and sometimes I might miss something. I might miss that there's like alt art cards or some kind of subsets inside of it that we can talk about, and you can bring up why you think it maybe deserves better. Now we got Vivid Voltage. I'm a huge fan of Vivid Voltage. So from my personal opinion, I like Vivid Voltage. I think the Fat Pikachu is hilarious. It's a great card. You know, this card was super iconic as well. And it's got some really cool stuff in here. It does have a subset with the Amazing Rares. You know, Amazing Rare Rayquaza. This card was going for like $20 at its peak. Not bad. I don't think Vivid Voltage is top tier. I rate it highly just because I like this set, but I know everyone's opinion is different. And people are saying C. I'm cool with C. I am cool with C for Vivid Voltage. This is, I think, a very C tier set, which is nuts. I think if this came out in Sun and Moon, it would probably be B or A. Maybe. Maybe. It won't probably beat the tag team cards, but it's not that bad. We got Shining Fates. This is a wild, wild set. And I know a lot of people talk about how hyped the 151 set is. Shining Fates was peak Pokemon hype. When I went to my local card shop on release day for Shining Fates, there was a line of over 100 people waiting to get Shining Fates. And I know a lot of people talk about, oh, you know, it's a bunch of resellers, there's just scalpers in the market, everyone's trying to buy Shining Fates because you can buy a Shining Fates Elite Trainer box for like 40 or 50 bucks, and you can sell it on the secondary market at that time for like 120 bucks. But the thing was, my local card shop only allowed one person an Elite Trainer box. You get one Elite Trainer box per person. So you weren't allowed to really scalp it. You know, you could resell it, I guess, but they ripped out the seal on it, they ripped out the plastic, and everyone was just wanting one Elite Trainer box. So I thought that whole entire line was just a line of fans. That's what I saw. A line of 100 fans waiting for Shining Fates. But the actual set itself is not great. Some people are saying A or B for Shining Fates. Some people are saying C. Yeah, it's not that great of a set, but it's not bad. I would say it's minimum C. Minimum C. There's a lot of cool shiny Pokemon in here. They're shiny Pokemon that you might not really care that about, but they're cool. I think that having a set with shiny Pokemon is just neat, and that is still rare. We don't get a lot of shiny Pokemon in the trading card. People are saying it's between B or C. I'm gonna let you guys pick on this one. Where do you guys think Shining Fates go, it does have a Chase Shiny Charizard. I'm seeing a lot of C's. I'm seeing some B's. Kobe Collect says D. I don't think it's going to be D. I see enough C that I'm going to put it into C. I see more C's than D's, so we're going with C. Alright, we're done with Shining Fates. Charizard VMAX, still a great card. I can't believe this card's only going for 80 bucks. That is surprising. 80 bucks is pretty surprising. And next up we got Battle Styles. Our first set with the returns of the alt art cards. I think this is where things start to get really, really crazy. Man, the opinions are starting to get wild. We got B's, we got C's. It's between there, that's for sure. Would I rather open up Battle Styles or Shining Fates or Vivid Voltage? That's sort of the question. The Tyranitar V is, of course, great looking. This is a great looking card. The Rapid Strike Urshifu was actually the most expensive card inside of this set for a while. It went for $100, and then eventually people, you know, Urshifu's okay, but Tyranitar V is just an OG good boy. People are saying B. You gotta understand there's a lot of set in this era. So I have to compare this in a bubble where Sword and Shield, Rebel Clash, or all these other sets are competing against each other. They're all competing against each other. It's between B or C for me. I am okay with putting it into B for now. And we'll see where that goes. I think I would rather open up Battle Styles than even Shining Fates or Vivid Voltage, but it's very close. It's very close. I could make an argument for even putting it in the same category as these. And then we got Chilling Reign. Chilling Reign. I'm going to let you guys think about the opinions on Chilling Reign for a moment. It's got a lot of cool cards inside of it. Better than Battle Styles, I would say. So if Battle Styles is B, Chilling Reign is at least B. This card used to go for $100. I actually don't know why it's that expensive because Chilling Reign is still going for retail price. You can still pick up Chilling Reign booster boxes at retail price, but this card just climbed through the roof. Paul says what? Yeah, you can go on the Pokemon Center website right now and pick up Chilling Reign Elite Trainer boxes and booster boxes. Chilling Pain. Your pulls must have been really rough. It's not bad. People are saying A and B. S plus for Chilling Reign? Get out of here. Get out of here. It's got cool cards. I like the cards inside of it. I can't believe the Shadow Rider Calyrex is not popular. This card's gorgeous. Do I want to put in A? There's just so many good sets. That's the thing about Sword and Shield. I think B is okay for now. These sets are close. Chilling Reign is better than Battle Styles, but I don't know if it goes as high as A. Are you guys gonna riot about B? Super underrated, it should be A. We'll see. We'll see. Because you gotta know the very next set is Evolving Skies. What a set. You know, everyone has an opinion on this set. Some people love it, some people hate it. You can open up a lot of Elite Trainer boxes from this set and get nothing. You can open up a booster box from this set and get $20 worth of value because you didn't pull any of the fun cards. People talk about like, hey man, what do you talk about the value? But at the end of the day, you're spending money to get these products. You're putting your money on the line. So of course you gotta talk about the value. And of course, the gorgeous cards are also the expensive cards, so they go sort of hand in hand. You kind of have to talk about the value because the best cards are also the most expensive cards. And there's a lot of cool cards. I don't love the Umbreon VMAX. I am shocked that this became the chase card of this set. Is anyone else shocked by that? Ronnie says it's D. I don't know if Evolving Skies is D. Like I said, everyone has a different opinion on this set. Some people say it's never going to be reprinted. That's possible. It's late in the game for Evolving Skies to be reprint. I don't think it's impossible for this set to be reprinted. There's still a glimmer of hope. Even if you pull an alt art card, the likelihood of you making back the value of a booster box right now is slim. You have to pretty much pull the Umbreon VMAX to make back the value of your booster box. So there's no chance anyone would open up a booster box. Just don't open it. The best case scenario is you'll get an Umbreon VMAX. Otherwise, you're never going to break even. It's between A or S. I don't think it's S tier. It's not that fun to open, but there is a ton of cool cards inside of it. But we are thinking about the pack opening experience. Some people say B. I think I'm good with Evolving Skies in A tier. You guys cool with that? You guys cool with it being an A? A through S? I'm seeing a lot more A's than S. I'm fine with it being an A for now. But man, like I said, tons of stacked stuff for the era. Sword and Shield has a lot of cool stuff because the very next set, Celebrations, this set was wild. What a wild set. Once again, everyone has an opinion on Celebrations. Some people think it's overrated, some people think it's underrated. I'm seeing some A's, I'm seeing some S for Celebrations. Here's the thing about Celebrations. It's actually not that fun of a set to actually open. I was really worried when Celebrations came out because the packs only had a couple of cards inside and there were very, very, very few cards inside of the actual set. So you can get bored of Celebrations very quickly. What they did that was genius was that every single product that came with Celebrations booster packs also came with other booster packs. So it made the experience more fun because if you're just sitting there opening up Celebrations, I don't think you would enjoy that. I don't think you would enjoy cracking open Celebrations. These are all reprints. I mean, they're great looking cards, but they're all reprints, you know? There's nothing really wild inside of this set. Actually, the most fun stuff inside of it is actually things like the Mew and the Flying and Surfing Pikachu. I think these cards are just great looking cards. They did a great job of just making it look absolutely adorable. Some people are saying B, some people are saying A, some people are saying S. Like I said, when it comes to Celebrations, everyone has a different opinion. I'm seeing some S tiers. I'm gonna let you guys pick because I'm not positive this is an S tier one, but if you guys think it's S, I will put it S. So I'll let you guys pick. I see B, I see A, S, I see A. As a true set, I don't think it's that good. The products it came with, I think are good. I see C, I don't think it's as bad as C. We're seeing a lot of B's and C's. I'm surprised by this. I'm surprised by the amount of C's actually. I think we can average it out as B for now. I do see some S, and I know the people that are putting down S are gonna go crazy. I'm seeing a lot of B's and A's too. We're gonna go with B for now. Just so that I can say, would you rather open up Celebrations or any of these other sets, you know? Would you rather open up Celebrations than any of these other sets? The actual packs themselves, not the products, because I think things like the Celebrations Elite Trainer Box and the Ultra Premium Collection are fun to open. But it's because they're full of other packs. They're full of packs from other sets, that's why they're good. I think we've ranted enough about Celebrations, so we're gonna move on to Fusion Strike. You can still buy Celebrations packs at retail price. There's still products of Celebrations at retail price. 2 years after release, that's exactly what I said was gonna happen. All right, so we're on to Fusion Strike. Once again, pretty much for every one of these final few sets, everyone has an opinion on. And this one is swamped with controversy because Fusion Strike is notoriously the set that someone from the Pokemon printing factory tried to sell a bunch of Gengar VMAX and Espeon VMAX and Mew VMAX on the secondary market for. They tried to offload like 800 copies of this card and got caught. See, some people said, oh, you know, they're malicious. I don't know. I don't think they knew what these cards were going for. I think they were thinking that these cards were going to be like 20 bucks. And they weren't expecting the amount of hassle that it would give them when they try to steal all these cards. Some people are saying C. It's a rough set. The pull rates for this set, I don't know why, is super low. The odds of you pulling anything good, and we are talking about the pack opening experience as a part of this, and Fusion Strike is still readily available. If you want to pick up this product, it's still readily available. I'm seeing a lot of B's. You guys cool with B? Is this a B tier set? Which makes sense because if Evolving Skies is A, okay. All right, I think we have a consensus that it should be B for now. I'm fine with that. Fusion Strike still readily available. Very rough pull. If you love the Gengar VMAX, I get it. But a couple of great cards doesn't make a set perfect. And we're moving on to Brilliant Stars. Brilliant Stars. Just got reprinted. Just got restocked. You can find Brilliant Stars at retail price for booster boxes and a lot of sealed products. You can still get the Brilliant Stars Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box from the Pokemon Center. It's still available. This set is like over a year old and you can still find sealed products of it, which is crazy and shows how far the Pokemon company has gone to make sure products are readily available. This is why when people talk about how hype 151 is, I'm not worried. There's going to be plenty of 151 for years to come. A lot of A's for Brilliant Stars, which makes sense. I love the Trainer Gallery cards. Can we talk about the Trainer Gallery cards? Because they're great. Oh man, do I miss the Trainer Gallery cards already. We got Umbreon VMAX, Sylveon VMAX, so many great looking cards inside of this set. This Gloria is going for $200 on the Japanese side and we have it for 15 bucks. And I think that's great. I think it's great that we have affordable English versions of these cards. If you want this card, you can pay $15, whereas collectors in Japan are paying $200. Crazy. Acerola, great. Great looking cards. A lot of people are saying between A or S. I am fine with this one being between A and S. So I'll let you guys vote. A or S for Brilliant Stars. Really good set, great looking Trainer Gallery cards. The big chase card is going to be the Charizard, which is not the best looking alt art card. I think it's okay. It's just another card that really brings the set together. I think it's fine with being A. I think Evolving Skies and Brilliant Stars are that close together. In terms of just how fun it is to open, yeah, these sets are still readily available and I think they're going to be talked about as the best card. Tina says it's beautiful art. Completely agree. Beautiful art. Beautiful art. And then we have Astral Radiance. This one's rough. Astral Radiance might be the weakest of the 4 sets with Trainer Gallery cards. Astral Radiance might be the weakest one. It's weak. It's not as good as Brilliant Stars. The Machamp V is still my chase card from this set and I haven't pulled it yet, maybe someday. This one's cool. It's just a great looking card. The Trainer Gallery though, let's look at the Trainer Gallery. Does it have any good Trainer Gallery cards? Starmie V. Oh yeah, this one and Garchomp V. I pulled the Garchomp V, I remember that. See, people are saying B. Is Astral Radiance B? You think Astral Radiance is the same tier as Battle Styles? You guys think it's B? Really? We might do B if that many people think it's B. You got cards like Starmie V in it. This card is probably one of the best looking Trainer Gallery cards. It's just great looking. Garchomp V is really good too. But you're right, it probably is the weakest of all these sets with Trainer Galleries. So Brilliant Stars is in A. I think I'm okay with putting it in B. I think I'm okay with putting it in B. Are you guys gonna riot about that? No, I see a lot of C's or D even for Astral Radiance, which is, man, you guys are harsher than I am. I'm not even that harsh. Pokemon Go. Was this a set? I'm joking, of course it was. Was it hype? It was not hype. Not a lot of people love this set. I'm actually surprised the Mewtwo V is so cheap. Mewtwo V. It's going for like 20 bucks. You can buy a Mewtwo V. I guess people don't love the art. It's that computer generated style. It's not true art in the traditional sense of someone actually sitting down and painting this. And I know some people who are into that technology is gonna say I'm bad for saying that, but it is art, but it's not the kind that people love. Oh, people are saying F. No, no, we got so many Fs. Fs for Pokemon Go, I get it, because it's a crossover. It's a crossover set. So, you know, some of the cards can get really rough. Like, look at this one. Oh, this one's the rough one. The Conqueror. Oh God, Conqueror? Oh yeah. If you pull this, you would be like, oof. Didn't want that. F? Really? I'm okay with D. I don't think it's F. Maybe it's F. I don't know. You guys can do your own tier list if you think it's that bad. I would prefer opening up Pokemon Go than Darkness Ablaze just because I actually like the commons and uncommons. I think they did a good job with making some of these cards just really great looking. Cards like the Blissey. Like, this is a great crossover card. The Pikachu is adorable too. C is fair. D. I see a lot of Ds. C is fine too. C is fine too. Oh man, I didn't put in stuff like the booster bundles, but we can always stop and talk about those. I still have some of these. I think it's gonna be fun to give these away for trick-or-treats in like 10 years. Who knows where these can go during that time frame. Nothing exciting to collect at all. Nothing exciting to collect, but it's neat. If it existed, it might be F, but we don't talk about it because we're moving on to Lost Origin. Lost Origin. Lost Origin. Great trainer gallery. It's got my favorite trainer gallery card. Pikachu V Max. Great looking card. I should get this in a PSA 10. The Pikachu V Max looks really good. The Pikachu V looks great too. Some people ask me about what would I collect right now. You know, these cards are not going to jump up in value. They're not going to go up in value for at least another year or two. That's why I have my wait 2 years to really start thinking about how a set is going to look long term. But this is good stuff. I think these cards are going to be some of the best cards to collect long term, especially if you're a new collector. You can collect all of these more affordable trainer gallery cards for pennies on the dollar. This card is 80 cents. You know, you can get yourself a beautiful looking trainer gallery collection for just a couple of bucks. You can pick up 50 of these in different art and have yourself a beautiful yet super cheap Pokemon card collection. If you have a young kid, you can give them 50 of these different ones and they will think they have the best Pokemon card collection in the world because it is really that good looking. Super, super cheap too. Lost Origin is great. People are saying A, people are saying S. It's between there. It's got, of course, the Chase Giratina V that everyone wants. It's a really good looking card. Some people hate the artwork. It's gonna depend. It's gonna depend. Where do I get my mint singles? So many different ways. There's so many different ways to get mint Pokemon cards. TCG player is definitely the biggest risk. If you grab this card right here, it's probably not mint. This person has 1,000 sales of trading cards. They know what a mint card is, and if they have a mint Giratina V, they'll probably just grade it. This person is probably a professional grader. So chances are this card is probably like a 7 or an 8 in terms of quality. That's why they're selling it. So that's where you're gonna get. If you want a super mint card, you're gonna have to go on places like eBay and onto trading card shops where you can see the card in person and really look at them. And even then, it's a little bit of risk, but that's part of the reason why PSA 10s and BGS Black Label cards are so valuable, because of the inherent risk. You know, it's just a lot of work to get one of these cards in a perfect condition. So some people are willing to pay for that. All right. Lots of cool cards inside of Lost Origin. It just got reprinted. You're gonna see prices on these booster boxes probably go down to like $100. Do you guys think it's S or A? It's between S or A. I'm okay with either of that. I see a lot of A's for Lost Origin. I think I'm fine with it being A. It's probably on the same level as Brilliant Stars and Evolving Skies at the very least. It might be peak A. I actually think it's more fun than Brilliant Stars or Evolving Skies to pack open and to collect. The cards are just cooler. Of course, the Evolving Skies cards are great, but those you're just gonna pick up on the secondary market. You're never gonna open up Evolving Skies. You really shouldn't anyway. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of A's. I'm good with that. We have our final trainer gallery set, which is Silver Tempest. Silver Tempest. Silver Tempest. And we got ourselves the Chase card inside of this set. Lugia's leg. It's a very interesting artwork. I don't love this artwork. It's okay. I can see the artistic design of it. I just don't love it. And that's going to come with a lot of these alternate full art cards. Is the artists have a lot of freedoms in what they do, and there's tons of different artistic styles inside of the trainer gallery. So you can see all kinds of different art. Some of them you're gonna really resonate with. Some of them you're just not gonna like. Some people are saying B for Silver Tempest. Oof. Is it that bad? Is it the same level as Astral Radiance? It's weaker than Lost Origin and Brilliant Stars. Of course, Lost Origin and Brilliant Stars are probably the peak trainer gallery cards. It's not C. Guys, it's not C. Is it C? The trainer gallery, you got Rayquaza VMAX as the big one. That's still pretty good. People are saying A, B, S, or C. I'm seeing a lot of B's. It's between A or B for me. It can't be S because it's not as good as Brilliant Stars or Lost Origin. Is it B or A, guys? I'll let you pick between B or A. B++. Okay, I'm seeing a lot more B's. I'm seeing a lot more B's. We'll put it in B. That's where the people have it set. All right, we're moving on to the final one, Crown Zenith. Crown Zenith. Let me just put that right there. Crown Zenith. Crown Zenith is probably the best English modern Pokemon card set. I'm gonna say that. It's really good. Crown Zenith is really good. Some people don't love it. It's a lot of fun to open. I think Crown Zenith was the first Pokemon card set for the English side that I had as much fun as V-Star Universe, VMAX, Climax. It's rivaling the top high-class Japanese sets in terms of how fun it is to open. It's close. Crown Zenith was that fun. It's a really fun set to open. And I still haven't pulled the top cards from this set. You know, I've opened up hundreds of booster packs of Crown Zenith, and sometimes people dunk on me a little bit and say like, oh, you know, Jake only cares about the value. I really don't. I enjoy just opening up a lot of the booster packs and having a good time. I've never opened up Mewtwo V-Star or Giratina V-Star or Arceus V-Star, but that's okay. I still had a lot of fun opening up Crown Zenith. The trouble is the pulls. Yeah, the pulls can be rough, but you still have a lot of fun opening it up. You know, there's nothing wrong with these cards. I pulled a Glaceon V-Star, and I think it's cool. It's great looking, gorgeous cards. Simisear is GOAT. Yeah, I agree with that. There's just a ton of really cool cards inside of this set, and they're constant. You get yourself a constant stream of fun and enjoyment. Crown Zenith is just a ton of fun to open, and that's really all about. Yeah, it's got gorgeous artworks. All these cards are available in Japanese, so there's nothing to say there, but this card right now in the Japanese side is way more expensive than this, and I just love that we have affordable English cards. Great set. You're gonna have a lot of fun opening it up. Crown Zenith is the only S tier set. It's a great set to collect. No card is bad. I can agree with that. Yeah, even if you go down to the very bottom, if I pull any of these cards, I would still say it's a good booster pack, right? Did I make my money back opening up one of these booster packs and getting an Oricorio? No. But I just think it's a fun pack. I would say that's a hit and that's a fun pack. So it's not all about the value. It's about enjoyment, and I have a ton of fun opening up Crown Zenith. It's that good of a set. It's just a great fun set to open, and it's still readily available. If you want Crown Zenith at retail price, you can get it. Evo is S, sorry. You can believe Evo is S if you want. That's fine with me. You know? I can see people putting these sets apart. It's just that Crown Zenith is way more fun to open, and you should open up Crown Zenith. If you have Crown Zenith booster pack, you can open it. You can make back some value. Even if you don't, you're gonna get yourself some cool cards. So there we have it. That is our Sword and Shield tier list. Once again, skewed towards the top because Sword and Shield, really fun. Sword and Shield is really fun. It was fun. There was just, even the bottom tier sets were okay. How do I base a fun set as S tier? Well, you gotta understand why is it fun, you know? It's not just because it's fun, it's why is it fun? It's fun because there's a ton of cool cards inside, and I think people love this set. It's that fun to open. It's that collectible. The cards inside of it are going to be attractive for years to come. Crown Zenith, yeah, it's on par with things like V-Star Universe and VMAX Climax. However, if you're going to collect one of those things as sealed products, I would say V-Star Universe and VMAX Climax are better options than Crown Zenith, just because Crown Zenith was printed really, really heavily, and you can open up booster packs of it. If you want to open up booster packs of Crown Zenith, go ahead, but I don't think you should be holding on to a lot of Crown Zenith products long term. I don't have a lot of celebrations. I don't have a lot of English sealed products held long term, just because you don't need to. English products just don't rise in the same kind of value as the Japanese side. And so I would say open English, collect sealed Japanese, right? I think that's a good way that I would do it, especially because the products in English are just really bulky and heavy. Like how many Crown Zenith Elite Trainer boxes are you gonna have inside of your closet? It's just heavy. It's just gonna sit there. The Japanese stuff is lighter, it's easier to store, it's easier to collect, and it's still more fun, and it's lower print. And it's better quality. There's almost like no reason not to do it. Yeah, I would say crack Crown Zenith booster packs open and keep sealed products with Japanese. There's our tier list. Once again, a little bit of a bell curve, leaning more towards the top. I still have some time. We're gonna end up the video here. This is pretty much the end of the tier list. I think I'm pretty happy with this. I hope you guys are happy with this, but I'll stick around for a couple more minutes and we can talk about whatever. I'm just looking at cards and seeing where prices are currently land. So if you guys have a question for me, drop it down in the comments and I'm happy to start answering some. Imagine if you had actual polls. I do actual polls a lot. I do actual polls a lot where we talk about, you know, what sets are your favorite stuff. You can actually go onto my channel and find those polls that we've done in the past. And Evolving Skies and Crown Zenith were very close, but I think Crown Zenith won the poll. We did do a poll and Crown Zenith won. So you can look it up. You can, maybe I'm misquoting myself, but that was voted on by like 10,000 viewers. So yeah, we have done stuff like that. Tina asks, am I doing XY next week? I don't know if we need to do XY. XY is at a point where it's, are you gonna collect it? If you are gonna collect it, I don't think a tier list is gonna sway your decision one way or another. You know, a lot of these booster boxes are going for thousands of dollars, and there's really not that much to talk about them in terms of the quality or what's inside of them or how collectible they are long term. They're already super expensive. How do I justify buying a $100 card? That's totally up to you. How do you justify purchasing a $500 PlayStation 5? Is it worth it for you or not? You know, for me, some things are more valuable than other. I have more fun opening up a bunch of booster packs than going to Disneyland. So would I rather go to Disneyland for $1,000 or would I rather spend $1,000 on booster packs? That's pretty much it. If I rather do one or the other, that's what I spend my money on. And of course, if you have that expendable income, you know, I talk about the value of Pokemon cards because it's a luxury good. It's a luxury good. You don't need Pokemon cards to survive, so you're gonna have to budget yourself, you know? I wouldn't say buying Pokemon cards over rent. No, you always take care of your friends, your family, and yourself before you start thinking about stuff like this. So this is just expendable income. Oh, by the way, I made this tier list. I was the creator of it because I couldn't find a good one. So we made our own tier list. What do I think are some of the underrated Japanese sets? Are there any underrated Japanese Pokemon card sets now? They're all pretty expensive, even the modern stuff. Japanese products is super wild right now. It's hard to say anything about Japanese products. It's hard to say anything about Japanese products because what's the point? Everything's on lottery. Even if I said that you should pick up the base set for Scarlet and Violet in Japanese, you can't even get it. You can't even get it. It's all super expensive, so there's nothing to really say. What do I think of vintage Japanese cards? They're great. The vintage market is super cheap right now. If you're someone that's into collecting vintage Pokemon cards, They are so dirt cheap right now. Reminder, Pokemon is a hobby. Yes, it is. I treat it as a hobby, and I think you should as well. And you can see like vintage card prices, super duper cheap right now. First edition base set Charizard PSA 3 for $3,000. That's cheap. It's not a great looking Charizard, you know, the condition is bad, but like this is still a display card. Like you can display this. It looks fine from the front especially. From the front, it looks great. No issue with it. So if you want vintage Pokemon cards, they are super duper cheap right now. People just don't care about vintage right now, which is insulting. It's almost, I feel for it. You can trade modern Pokemon cards for first edition base set Charizard. Will the tag team alts ever go down again? I don't think so, not at this point. They kind of reach a new price point and that's just where they're gonna stay. If you missed out on them, I'm sorry, man. They've been around for 4 or 5 years. You've had time to pick them up. It wasn't something that happened yesterday, you know, you've had time. What's the best way to deal with my bulk cards? You can sell them, you can donate them, you can make a tower out of them. There's lots of things you can do with bulk. Most stores will buy bulk. If you want to just sell your bulk, you can sell your bulk. People will buy them. Or you can store them. That can be fun too. You can store all your bulk and years down the line, there might be some hidden gems inside there that you just don't know about. That can happen. What's my favorite Japanese set? Tag Team GX. Tag Team GX All-Stars. My favorite Japanese Pokemon card set. Great looking set. And the thing about this set is that there's a ton of cards inside of it that never got to English. How much is a booster box of that going for? I recommended this set to death because I loved it. You know, sometimes people say like, you shouldn't talk about sets and what to buy. But if I really love a set, I'm gonna let you guys know that I think it's a great set. Tag Team GX All-Stars is a great set. And when I was recommending it, it was still going for $50 a booster box. And if you look at the Tag Team GX set, Tag Team GX All-Stars set list. It's got some great art that never came to English. Damn, Jake, stop skipping over me. I'm sorry, man. I'm reading these as I can. Yeah, we got a ton of cards in here that never made it to English. Sightseer. Great card. It's just a great looking card. Not even a named trainer. It's just a trainer that you battle. You got cards like Green's Exploration. This card never came to English. There's just a ton of cards that never came to English. Looks great. Tag Team GX All-Stars is better than V-Star Universe and VMAX Climax, and I will fight you on that. Still a great set, but if you don't want to pick it up because it's outside of your price point, that's fine. You can pick up V-Star Universe or VMAX Climax. What do you think of CGC grading, changing their new label and new grading scale? Yeah, so CGC just changed their grading scale so that they don't have 9.5s anymore and they do 10s now. And I get why they did that. They pretty much have to do that. Do I have a favorite Pokemon illustrator? Naoki Saito. Naoki Saito. That's an easy one. So CGC grading removes 9.5. That's because people hated the 9.5s. I know it's a psychology thing, but as collectors, we hate imperfections. We absolutely hate it. And you can see that in the prices of Pokemon cards. You know, if you look at a card like, let's say, the Latios and Latios GX in a PSA 9. This card is going for like maybe $1,000 in a PSA 9. That's actually not that bad. But a PSA 10 is of course going for what? Way more. Do I recommend collecting V-Star Universe right now? Yeah, it's a brand new set. Just came out a couple months ago. It's not even a year old yet. There's no reason you can't pick it up. If you want to wait on it, you can, but it's fine. It's a modern set. Yeah, so a 10 goes for $3,000 and a 9 goes for $1,000. So that's a $2,000 gap. When you're talking about tiny, tiny differences, did you care for 0.5s? I don't. I don't mind the 9s. I have plenty of 9s inside of my collection. There's nothing wrong with a 9. I have a Sightseer and a PSA 9 and it's great. The thing is that you're talking about tiny imperfections that are going for thousands of dollars. At the end of the day, those tiny imperfections are not going to make a big difference. The card's going to look pretty much the same to the naked eye between a 9 and a 10. But from a psychology perspective, people hate 9.5s and they hate 9s. So that's why CGC went to 10. It just had to happen. People want 10s. They want to see that their card is perfect, even if there is imperfection. Jake, should I sell or hold my red and blue 4? It's up to you. It's up to you. Do you like it inside of your collection? I don't know your circumstances, so it's hard to say. Do I miss the alt art era, or do I like the current full art trainer card era? You know, they're one and the same. A lot of alt art cards have been going up in value, and a lot of full art trainer cards are going up in value. People do not care that much anymore when it comes to things like base set Charizard. It's kind of rough. If you have yourself a base set Charizard inside of your collection, it's fine. But what does that say about you, you know, as a collector? That you're vanilla, that you're base, that you're mid, you know? If you have a base set Charizard inside of your collection, unless it's a PSA 10 first edition Charizard, no one's wowed by that, you know? It doesn't really say anything as for you as a collector. So a lot of people have been wanting to diversify, and they want a collection that pops, right? They want a collection that says, wow, I have something cool. So that's why so many of the modern cards have been just popping off. Base set Charizard just is not as cool as it used to be. Times have changed. And that's just, of course, my opinion. So you can think otherwise if you love these cards. Do I also play Pokemon? I do. I play a lot of the Pokemon TCG. I gotta say, I don't love the TCG Live. It's been rough. It's been rough. I prefer the old system. And Pokemon is a really fun game to play. Me and my partner, we still crack booster packs open on a Friday night, and we played the Pokemon TCG. It's still fun. It's still a lot of fun. It's super cheap. It's super easy to play, easy to understand, and it gets complex enough for us. Do you think Tag Team has peaked? Depend on peak. Peaked immediately? Yes. I do not think Tag Team GX cards are going to go up any higher in value. Immediately. Something like the Latios and Latios Tag Team GX card, this card's going to stay at $3 grand, I think, for a while. But that's still pretty high. I don't think it's going to go much higher than that, just because it's a modern card. But I will tell you this. There's way more copies of base set Charizard, even in the first edition. There are more graded first edition base set Charizard than graded Latios and Latios. This card is more rare than first edition base set Charizard. That's why it's so expensive. There aren't a lot of copies of it, and everyone wants one. So that's how it climbs in value. You got like 900 PSA 10s, 900. And there are thousands and thousands of people that want it. What's the best Sword and Shield Japanese set for me? VMAX Climax and V-Star Universe. We can talk about those sets. They're just the Japanese version of Lost Origin and Brilliant Stars and Crown Zenith. That's pretty much it. Which are already great English sets. So V-Star Universe. This set was printed heavily in Japan too. Oh, whoops. We put a Tag Team in there. V-Star Universe set list. Yeah, if you look at this set, it's great. Great. Do I think the Moonbreon has peaked in value? Yes, for now. If they never reprint Evolving Skies, it might climb in a year when people are 100% confident it'll never be reprinted. But yeah, V-Star Universe, great looking set. Tons of great cards that are only available inside of it. It's pretty much Crown Zenith, but in the Japanese form. Would I recommend picking up V-Star Universe for Korean? You can, if you're Korean or if you're into that language. It's a cheaper price point than Japanese. A lot of the cards are cheaper in Chinese and Korean and in other languages than Japanese. So if you are okay with that, you can pick them up at a more affordable price. That's pretty much it. This isn't an art tier list. It's partially an art tier list because that's kind of why we collect cards. And who knows? Who knows? Long term, we might only care about these sets because of the art. That's all we really care about these sets is the art. And so the cards, the best cards, the most desirable cards are also the cards with the best artwork. They all go hand in hand together. Thoughts on the Galarian Rapidash V alt art? There are few listing on TCG Player. It's just another alt art card. It's up to people how much they care about these. Do I sell cards often? I do not sell cards often. I currently have 0 listings on eBay. I do sell cards every now and again, but not a lot. Not a lot. People do buy cards from me sometimes. There are viewers that buy cards from me. They just go for retail price. No one pays more for my cards than anyone else's. And yeah, I'll sell pieces of my collection from time to time. Do you think Crown Zenith will drop in price? Crown Zenith might drop in price by the time the holiday hits around. Where is Crown Zenith currently sitting? You think Pokemon Go set is underrated? Where do we have it? D? Nah, that's fine. It's fine at D. I'm just happy it's not F. A lot of people were okay with it being D. I saw a lot of Fs in the chat. I saw a lot of Fs in the chat for Pokemon Go. Crown Zenith products are still going for retail price, and you never know. I think by the time the holiday hits around, there will be a lot of products from this set that's going to go on sale. We still have Shining Fates, guys. If you go on the Pokemon Center website, you can still find sealed products from years ago. If you go on the official Pokemon Center website here in the United States, at least, you can still find a ton of products on sale. Is it gonna work on me? There it is. You can still find Brilliant Stars. You can still find Fusion Strike. Like I said, you can still pick up a Brilliant Stars Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. SGC Grading is just another grading company. It's up to you. There's a lot of grading companies out there, and you're pretty much trusting their word. That's all it is. It's how much are you willing to trust someone's word on how good of a rating they have. That's all a grading company really has is their word and their promise and their reputation. That's what a grading company's value is based on their reputation. So it's going to be up to you whether you trust them or not. PSA is so well regarded because they've been around forever, and even they don't do a perfect job. You hear stories all the time of people taking PSA 9s and converting them into BGS Black Labels. That's how the quality is, which is why I think it's insane to me that PSA 9s and PSA 10s are so far apart, because you're talking about minuscule differences here, and a PSA 9 can become a PSA 10. Some PSA 9s can become PSA 10s if you regrade them. So that's how close the grading scale is. But people treat PSA 9s like they're garbage, even though a lot of times the PSA 9s are as good as PSA 10s to the naked eye. You're not going to see the difference between a PSA 9 or a PSA 10. Sometimes you can, but it's super duper rare. Super duper rare. So if you're a budget collector, I would say just pick up PSA 9s. Sometimes you end up with a PSA 9s that's better than a PSA 10 in terms of quality. Chilling Rain, Fusion Strike, Vivid Voltage is still readily available. These are old sets. These are over 2 years old and they're still readily available. As it should be. As it should be. I have no issue with that at all. They could have a bad day and give you a bad grade. A lot of people think it's emotionally related. It's not. It's usually tiredness, and sometimes the graders just miss stuff. They're not professional as you would think. These people are being paid $18 an hour to grade hundreds and hundreds of Pokemon cards. Tina says even PSA 8s look good. I agree. But if you have the choice between a PSA 8 or a PSA 9, and they're usually really close. A 10 is usually super expensive, but once you go to 9s and 8s, they're really close together in prices. That's why I say just pick up a PSA 9. And you can usually end up with a card that's as good of a quality as a PSA 10. Fun story, in Sweden we have one guy that grades our cards. His 10s are not far off from PSA 10 prices because we all trust his work. That's crazy. That's hilarious though. I love stories like that. It's purely based on reputation. That's all a grade is. It's based on reputation. It's someone who's a middleman saying, hey, this is the condition of this card. And I know some people hate grading services, but they're necessary. Grading services are necessary because you no longer have misinformation. Whenever I list a Pokemon card and it's ungraded, people are going to get sketched out by that. They're going to say, okay, tell me the condition on this card. Take pictures of the background. Zoom in on that little white speck. Is there a fingerprint on it? They're going to ask me all kinds of questions. When I put up a PSA 10, even there are times when I have PSA 10s inside of my collections that I disagree with because I don't think they deserve to be PSA 10. People will actually just accept it. They'll say, oh yeah, that's Gem Mint, it's perfect. PSA says it's 10, so they'll take it. I have 10s inside of my collection that are probably 9s and 8s in terms of quality. I was shocked at one of my Armor Mewtwo when it got a 10. I was like, there's no way this is a 10. This is like an 8 at best. But I'm happy it's a 10. Hey, I'll take that label any day of the week. Do you think V-Star Universe prices for booster boxes will eventually get cheaper? They were cheap. V-Star Universe was going for $60 to $70 for months and months. You had your chance to pick them up at $60, $70, and then they went up. They're currently going for $100 right now because a lot of people are on that Japanese hype train right now. What's my thought on Topps Pokemon cards? They're great, but Vintage is just in a really rough spot. Vintage is just in a really rough spot. Not a lot of people want to collect Vintage right now. Not a lot of people want to collect Vintage. Yeah. Hey, will the Pokemon Company ever allow Topps to print Pokemon cards again? You never know. They might. You never know. When would be a good time to pick up Crown Zenith singles? Right now is fine, or in 6 months. I think the singles for Crown Zenith are going to be readily available for quite a long time. Quite a long time. There's absolutely no reason that you can't pick them up right now or in 6 months. They're probably going to be in the same price even in 12 months. Japanese 151 booster boxes are only increasing in price. Yeah, that's because I know that they were print to demand, but those prints are going to take a while to hit. It's going to take a long time for those to actually reach people. A lot of those 151 booster boxes, they're just taking the orders right now and they're going to ship them out in months. Some people will not receive their orders of the Japanese 151 until December. It's going to take a long time for the market to catch up. Right now, people are just super hyped for it. And you never know, the Pokemon Company can always reprint and restock 151 as much as they want. It's printing free money, so why not? Do I think the Sword and Shield arts will be the next boom? Excuse me? Yes. I do think cards from Brilliant Stars, Lost Origin will be great. They're not going to climb right now. Don't take my word for it. They're not going to climb right now. But I do think cards like the Starmie V, the Garchomp V, the Pikachu V Max, all of those trainer gallery cards from this era is great. They'll definitely climb. They just look great. All right. You guys have been great. We have finished our Sword and Shield tier list. I'm not sure what the next tier list we're going to do is. We might do a ranking of the alt art. That one will be fun just because that's truly based on the art. So people will have maybe some more to complain about, maybe some less. No one's ever happy about a perfect tier list, especially on something as subjective as art. But that would be fun to do. We'll see what else we can do. But I hope you guys have been enjoying this. I love doing these live streams. It's great talking to you guys live. I know there's tons of questions that I just don't get the chance to really answer. And I like doing something like this because we can get a consensus together. So that is our Sword and Shield era tier list. You guys have been great. Thank you so much for being a part of the hobby. And I'll see you guys next time.